Hello, and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, August 11th, and I'm your host, Tim Rose. It's great to have you with us as we end another week here in Norwood. This week on Norwood News, Health Director Stacy Lane has exciting news. We visit a local plant shop on Living Local. But first, this week, Norwood celebrated National Farmers Market Day on the Common. Peter McFarland, a member of the Sustainability Commission who organizes the market, and Tom O'Rourke, president of the Neponset River Regional Chamber, speak to the importance of the market.
Well, this week at Norwood's Farmers Market, we're celebrating National Farmers Market Week. It's a week that we want to cheer and support the local farms because they've been through a lot this last year. Last year was a devastating drought. Over the winter, they got some bad frost that killed this year's peach crop. And recently, it's been the floods out all around the state that have devastated a few farms and wiped out their crops for the year.
Well, I think one of the great things about this market, obviously, is its location. It's right here on the town common with the gazebo. We can hear the bells playing in the background. I mean, it's just a beautiful place to be on such a nice day. So I think what it does, though, is it brings people here, it brings a sense of community, and it brings people to the business district, which is something we obviously support.
Alicia Bouchard of the MDAR explains their role with local farmers markets and how these markets help not only local farmers, but the community as well.
MDAR is a state agency within the Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs, and we work to promote agriculture and to be a resource for our 7,200 farms throughout Massachusetts. We have grant programs that help create climate resiliency for our farms. We also have regulatory divisions in the sections of animal health and for crop and pest services. So we regulate pesticides and we ensure animals in the Commonwealth are protected, and we work with departments that help on animal cruelty. The farmers markets are a great way to help profile our farms. As a lot of folks know, this summer has been incredibly challenging for farms in western and central Mass and through other parts of the state, from the extreme weather events, flooding, rains, and last year they were dealing with drought and freezes in the spring and this winter that have affected some of our fruit crops. So the farmers markets also help with direct access for low to moderate income people to use their SNAP benefits, to get healthy foods into families that need it.
Local sponsor DCD Automotive Holdings is there each week with some great prizes if you get a chance to stop by.
Yeah, we are offering free detailing. Also, we are offering tire rotations as well as free oil change. We also having t-shirts. We also having hats. We also having like a free spin. So it's for having a little fun, but at the same time you can win prizes.
The farmers market is open every Tuesday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. until October 17th. As we approach the end of the summer recreational season, Superintendent of Recreation John Kinney updates us on how it went and shares important information about the new registration program.
Hi everyone, it's John Kinney from the Rec Department. Just letting everybody know summer's coming to an end. We've had a great summer with all our camps and our pools being open. We're getting ready right now to switch over our registration program from MyRec to Sportsman. If you have not received an email to reestablish your registration link, call the rec center, or you can email us and we can give you that link over the phone or by email, and then you can go in the Sportsman. You can check out all our programs right now. We have a lot to offer. We have some new programs, and we have a new trip right now, which is still on the MyRec registration. It will be for the Big E coming up in September. So check us out now. Go to Sportsman, and you can check out all the new programs there and get ready for registration because it's coming soon later this month. Thanks.
Coming up on Norwood News, some good news about a popular program returning to our elementary schools this fall. Health Department Director Stacy Lane is excited about the school oral health program, which is making a return for the first time since 2020.
I'm very excited to announce that the school oral health program called Norwood Smiles is returning. So we had a little break due to COVID, and it's a great partnership between the Norwood Public Schools and the Norwood Health Department. And it's to prevent any kind of dental problems in the school-age children. It's a screening program in grades 1 through 6. So, oral health is very important to public health. Decay can really affect children in how they perform in school. It can even affect their daily activities, such as eating and speaking. Any children that have dental problems don't excel as much in school because they have pain, and it affects other health. You can cause other health issues. So the best thing to do, and the good news about all this, is it's all preventable. So with good oral care and good habits and visiting the dentist quite frequently, every 6 months is what's recommended, and doing some preventative care such as sealants and fluoride treatments. This is all preventable. And so with this great partnership with the schools, it's a 2-part program. So we have a contract with the dentist, with Affinity Dental, which is on 45 Walpole Street. Dr. Nayakundi is the doctor that will be visiting the schools. He'll visit all the elementary schools and the middle schools. Like I said, grades 1 through 6. He'll go in, the first part is in the fall, visit each school, do a quick screening on the children, and a report will be sent home. That report will tell the families what to do next, and what next. If they are interested in participating, they may take their child to Affinity Dental and get some of this basic care done, which is an exam, a cleaning, some x-rays, sealants, and fluoride treatment. If the child does have insurance, the insurance will be billed by Affinity Dental, but there should be no cost to the families, because we will pick up, if they don't have insurance or they have co-pays, we'll pick that up. So we are very excited to finally bring this program back, and I want to thank a few people. I want to thank the Norwood Board of Health. I want to thank the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Dave Thompson, Jill Driscoll, the school nurse leader, and all the administration and all the school nurses, because without their support, we wouldn't be able to have this program. So I'm very excited. So, it's just for everybody out there, get regular dental visits, and make sure you brush your teeth and floss after every meals, and keep smiling, Norwood.
If you're looking to spruce up the inside or outside of your house, downtown Norwood has just the place for you. NCM was able to catch up with the owner of Emerald City Plant Shop, Quante Turner.
Located at 702 Washington Street in downtown Norwood, Emerald City Plants isn't your typical plant shop. It's so much more. Owner Quante Turner tells us why her plant shop is unique.
So we specialize in indoor tropical plants. Occasionally we'll have seasonal items like pumpkins and poinsettias for the holidays, but really focusing on indoor tropical houseplants and how to care for them.
In 2018, Turner found her passion with plants and pursued her dream.
I want to say I got into them heavy in 2018 after I stopped traveling for work. I was a college recruiter, so keeping anything alive, let alone plants, was really hard to do. So in around 2018, my Nana gave me 2 clippings of her plants, and it just kind of skyrocketed from there. And then in 2019, I started working at Niche Plant Shop in the South End, and when the pandemic hit and we closed and reopened, we couldn't keep any plants on the shelves. So I took that as an opportunity to kind of bring plants to Norwood.
The community has welcomed Turner with open arms, and she loves being a Norwood resident for her home and business.
So I'm a Norwood resident, a proud Norwood resident. I moved here 3 years ago, and it was actually, honestly, by chance. In January, I was coming across the street from a massage appointment from Sun Massage, and I saw the vacancy sign in the door, and it was right after the market had finished, and I had great success, and I was like, well, let me call them and see what's happening, and then, 5 months later, we opened May 1st. So everyone that I've met and come across my path in terms of like getting permitting and getting everything set up has just been awesome. The police chief comes down here every now and then and knows me by name, so it's a really welcoming community, and also just building camaraderie with the other business owners, patronizing their businesses and in turn them, so it's been just a wonderful welcoming community.
Emerald City Plants also offers a beautiful space for events in the community.
Yeah, so we are actually an event space. So plant shop by day, event space by night. So if you wanted to have your baby shower here or an art show, we're actually starting to gear up now that we're kind of getting a handle on the new normal with COVID, having events in the space. So we will be having a little shop of horrors showing here in light of the holiday season, the Halloween season. So really excited to kind of bring a community space to Norwood. And then in addition to that, we service all of your personal plants. We do house calls, we do company installs, we also do plant rentals. So if you're having a big event and you don't necessarily want to buy plants, you can rent them from us. So we do a lot of things around plants, but really I wanted to create the space to be a community gathering space.
To learn more about Emerald City Plants, please visit their website or follow them on Facebook and Instagram.
Tuesday night at the Trails Advisory Committee meeting, Sarah Dixon discusses her role in the town of Norwood, as well as what improvements and goals can be made for the Trails Committee. Joe Greeley spoke about the Trails program and what can be done to improve the trails in Norwood. The next Trails Advisory meeting will be held on Tuesday, September 12th, 7 p.m. at the Norwood Senior Center. The Community Preservation Committee held a brief meeting Wednesday afternoon at Town Hall. The group discussed the upcoming application process and received a status report on the Washington Street No. 7 fire bell, which was removed from the Town Hall Carillon Tower and is waiting to be rehabbed. The Community Preservation Committee will meet again on September 13th. The school committee met remotely Thursday night. This was the school committee's last scheduled meeting before school starts on September 6th.
Just a reminder, we have 3 minutes to speak, and then to the next person, and 30 minutes is the total for the entire.
Absolutely. Quick question regarding the public comment. If I ask a question, can you answer it after my comment?
We're not usually supposed to interact during the public comment period. That's part of the procedure for public comment. Happy if you want to email us afterwards. Happy to answer.
Well, that's rather disheartening, because I guess the question that I wanted answered, if you will, is I read the 4 finalists names for the school are the junior high the junior high south, the middle school, Robert Fitzgerald, and Robert Fitzpatrick, as well as Dr. Coakley. I mean, can somebody say that is that the case?
Those are the 4 names that were the top 4.
So, I mean, I know who Dr. Coakley was. I remember Bobby Fitz very well, a teacher, dedicated Little League coach, loved by everybody that knew him. He's a very humble man, and if he knew his name was being considered to supplant Dr. Coakley's name, he'd be the first one to stand up and say, stop it. Stop this. I don't want any part of it. I have no idea who this Robert Fitzgerald is. This is what I'm frustrated by. Who is Robert Fitzgerald? I know he wasn't a former school committee member. Was he a teacher? I know he wasn't a superintendent. Was he a coach? I don't remember him as a coach. And then the other one is you've gone away from the junior high system of the middle school, so that name is out. So is it coming down to Bobby Fitzgerald, and Dr. Coakley? It's very frustrating, Madam Chair, to just go through this process again and have people, and again, I don't mind taking time out of my day, and again, as I said to you before, I don't even live in the town anymore. I'm there 3-4 nights a week. But when people call me up and they're just, absolutely flabbergasted at the whole process, when this could have been stopped from the start. And this is what I get, frustrated at when I hear about, we've got to see the process through. We've got to not set a precedent of cutting our knees off or cutting debate off at the knees and having people's, feelings hurt or what have you. I mean, this could have been stopped with some leadership. And quite honestly, I'm a little disappointed in the board, as are many in the town. And I hope I'm not offending anybody, but quite frankly, if I am, I apologize. And I really don't care at this point, because at this point, it's gone on long enough. It really has. And to give the names that are out there as finalists, one guy, Fitzgerald, I mean, the only Bob Fitzgeralds that I know are probably on the board in the post office in the most wanted areas. I don't know a Bob Fitzgerald that's been in the system. And as I said, Bobby Fitzpatrick would be just, out of his mind saying, take my name out of contention. So to do this again to the Coakley family after all that he has done in the past for our town, it's just, I don't know. It's an unforced error on the board's part. And I'm hoping that you can learn from this and not have this happen again, because I don't know if there's a new process or new rules in place, because what's going to stop somebody from saying, hey, listen, I want Connie Callahan's name taken off the building when you redo it? Or what happens if if the junior high north comes back online and we need it? Is that going to be taken away from Dr. Savage? I mean, is this Pandora's box wide open? I just hope you learn from this, because people are absolutely watching this, and you're all elected members. When the boards that I sat on a board for 20 years that was appointed, so I didn't have to worry about re-election. But if you're not listening to your constituents, I mean, shame on you. Because I hope that you've gotten the emails and you've gotten the comments that people are upset about, the fact that Dr. Coakley's family and his good name are being taken away or being tried to be taken away, all in the name of process. And you create a precedent. This could have been stopped. It really could have been stopped in its infancy. And it's really disheartening that it wasn't. So thank you very much. And I'm hoping somebody on the board, or Dr. Thompson or somebody, can tell me who a Robert Fitzgerald is. Because I know I didn't have him in school. He wasn't any luminary in the system administration-wise. So can somebody answer that for me, Madam Chairman? Thank you very much, and I'll stop speaking.
Thank you, Mr. Mulvihill.
Madam Chair, and the members of the school committee, Dr. Thompson, and central administrators. As most of you know, my name is Bob Griffin. I was a teacher and principal at the Callahan School for 48 years. And as Dr. Thompson well knows, I then came back with one more at the Oldham School, 2019, 2020. I thank you for the opportunity to speak this evening. I'm guessing that the naming of our new middle school is a subject that has challenged your patience, added a few gray hairs, and lengthened your meeting time substantially over the past year. As a longtime teacher and principal, I need to convey that I appreciate the value of change. Any Massachusetts principal from the 1990s witnessed dramatic changes in curriculum, MCAS testing, and school district rankings. The fact that our state schools now rank first in the nation almost every year reflects the value of embracing new ideas and keeping an open mind when suggestions are made that questioned established decisions. I also value involving our students' participation in decisions that affect their education. That being said, I also strongly believe that our current educational practices have been impacted by the hard work and strong decisions made by visionaries and educational leaders from past generations. Dr. Coakley was definitely one of those visionaries for the Norwood Public Schools. He was a self-confident and articulate superintendent of our school system for 18 years. A grizzled World War II Navy veteran, he was a dynamic advocate for all things for the Norwood kids. I can still vividly remember interviewing with Dr. Coakley as a 21-year-old kid in 1969. Having just student taught in that brand new Willett School building, I was excited and apprehensive about landing my first full-time job. Dr. Coakley was one of those charismatic and confident educators whose presence could make could be intimidating to a rookie wannabe teacher. After sitting with him for 1 hour, I was calm, confident, and convinced that I was going to be hired and that I was going to be prepared for the challenges that lay ahead of me. Many of my colleagues had the exact same experience with Dr. Coakley and were very excited about coming to teach in the Norwood Public Schools. I end by wishing you the best with your future deliberations and sharing that I truly believe that our middle school is already named after the best possible role model. Thank you.
The school committee will meet again on September 13th. Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're going to leave you with a list of upcoming events happening in Norwood during the month of August. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great weekend.